Welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Prime Minister instructed students to return to their educational institutions without taking the law into their hands. Students protested demanding 11 points outside Dhaka, 85 including half fare and road safety. Government is obstructing Khaltazia's treatment abroad, complained Mirza Fakhrul call for activism against one-party rule. Asking the students staging demonstrations on the streets to return to their educational institutions, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said today it is not their duty to damage vehicles. Prime Minister gave directive while attending the groundbreaking ceremony of Bangabandhu's mural and Jatiyo Tower at Dhanmondi 27 in the morning. Later, she said it is not the job of the students to vandalize cars on the road. Guilty must be punished. She also advised the people to be aware of the new wave of corona as well as abide by the traffic rules to move on the roads. Today is December 1st. Every December is the month of our victory, joy and pride. As we look back, we can't but bow down in respect for our valiant heroes who made supreme sacrifices to liberate the country. On December 16, 1971, Bangladesh was liberated from Pakistani occupation forces after a 9-month-long blood-stained liberation war and the supreme sacrifices of 3 million people and the honor of 2 lakh women. This year, Bangladesh is celebrating the golden jubilee of its independence. This December 16 will be the 50th Victory Day. 50 years ago on this day, Mukti Bahini, a force comprising professional soldiers and irregular guerrilla fighters, attacked Pakistani army at Shamshernagar in Sylhet at the break of the dawn. The rigorous assault forced the Pakistani occupation forces to retreat. AKM Mozammel Haq, Liberation War Affairs Minister, on several occasions said December 1st will be declared as a National Freedom Fighters Day to spread the spirit of the Liberation War among the new generations. Students from various schools and colleges blocked Rampura Bridge again today in protest of recent death of an SSC examinee. They demanded justice for the incident and effective steps to ensure safer roads. Protesters raised 11-point demands during the demonstrations. They said they would remain on the road until the demands are met. Students from various educational institutions have been seen chanting slogans demanding blockade of roads at Rampura, Shantinagar and Jatrabari intersections today morning. Agitators were unhappy with the decision to rent half fare for Dhaka students only. They say decision needs to be implemented for students in every region of the country. Transport Owners Association yesterday accepted demand for half bus fare for students in wake of 13 consecutive days of agitation. They said the decision only applies to the capital. However, students will not get the facility on holidays. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said law was not an obstacle for Khaltazia's treatment abroad. They want to let the core of democracy be silenced. Government abusing law and pushing Begum Khaltazia to her death. He made allegations while participating in silent procession organized by Nationalist Women's Party in front of BNP's central office in Neapolitan in the morning. They held brief rally in front of the party office as police obstructed the program demanding release of Khaltazia and medical treatment abroad. BNP Secretary General urged everyone to get involved in movement for release of Khaltazia and the return of Tariq Rahman. He said Khaltazia has been removed from politics. This is why people of country are deprived of their basic rights, the right to vote and the right to speak. Health Minister Zahid Malik had said today all Africa returnees will have to undergo a 14 days mandatory institutional quarantine to deal with the new Omicron variant. He made the comment while taking part in a discussion on the occasion of World AIDS Day at BPS Auditorium in Mohakali. The minister said Africa returnees must have to bring COVID-19 negative report conducted 48 hours before arrival in the country. If anyone came from another country without COVID-19 COVID-19 negative report, they also have to stay in the official quarantine for 14 days. He also urged the Bangladeshi expats, especially who are now living in Africa, to stay there for the safety of the country and their families. HSC examination is starting from tomorrow. Tests will be taken in accordance with the hygiene rules. In the meantime, distribution of seats in examination halls has been completed. Education boards completed all the preparations. Second public test is going to be held in the highest awareness against the new variant Omicron. Government instructed the observers to inform the examinees about issue of number of division, as they have taken HSC and equivalent examinations in short syllabus. Due to corona epidemic, SSC and HSC exams are being held for 1.5 hours instead of 3 hours this year. In addition to reducing time, the number of exams has also decreased. A Dhaka court today granted bail to Uttara Club Limited's former president Nasir Mahmood and his associate Tuhin Siddiqui Omi in an attempted rape and murder case filed by actress Porimoni. Porimoni filed an attempted rape and murder case against a real estate businessman and presidium member of the Jatiya Party, Nasir, Omi and 4 other unidentified people on June 14. The tribunal granted bail to Nasir and Omi after they surrendered before it, seeking bail in the case. Meanwhile, Nasir and Omi were present in the court. However, another accused in the case, Shohidul Alam, is absconding. Viewers are taking a short break. Stay with Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back. You're watching Bangla City SATV News. Now international news. US officials have expressed concerns regarding the continuing presence of Al-Qaeda and ISIS in Afghanistan during their high-level meeting in Doha, Qatar, with Taliban representatives and technocrat professionals. They also asked the Taliban leadership to take additional steps to form an inclusive and representative government while addressing the allegations of human rights abuses. US also urged the Taliban to protect the rights of all Afghans and uphold and enforce its policy of general amnesty. Taliban expressed openness to engaging with the international community on full access to education and welcome efforts to verify and monitor progress to enroll women and girls in school at all levels. The Taliban asked for support in the education sector. A 15-year-old student opened fire at his Michigan high school yesterday, killed 3 teenagers and wounding 8 other people before surrendering to police. Authorities said it was the deadliest U.S. school shooting so far this year. The suspected was taken into custody, but there was no immediate explanation for what might have prompted the attack in Oxford. President Joe Biden said his heart goes out to the families enduring the unimaginable grief of losing a loved one. Authorities said it was unclear if victims had been specifically targeted or were randomly shot. However, in 2021, they had 138 shootings in schools across the United States. An overloaded boat carrying 42 passengers, mostly children aged 8 to 15, capsized yesterday in northwest Nigeria's Kano state. Fire service said today that they had been recovered 29 bodies and rescued 7 passengers. The search for the remaining 13 bodies is ongoing. 14 people died yesterday in an Azerbaijan military helicopter crash which went down in the east of the Caucasus country during a training flight. All of the victims were military servicemen. However, this incident came 2 weeks after Azerbaijan and neighboring Armenia engaged in the worst fighting along with the shared border since going to war last year over the contested Nagorno-Karabakh region. In 6-week war, more than 6,500 lives ended in November 2020. A new type of coronavirus, Omicron, has been identified in 13 countries around the world. Most of the victims recently fled to South Africa or another country. For the first time in Spain, the coronal Omicron type has been identified. Meanwhile, a new type of corona Omicron has been identified in the Latin American country of Brazil. A South African couple moved to Sao Paulo, Brazil, November 23rd. Before returning, two were tested again for corona. At this time, Omicron is detected in their body. Japan has confirmed that it is the first patient to be infected with a new variant of the coronavirus Omicron. This type of corona has been found in the body of one person in the country. Now sports news. Less than 24 hours after winning the Ballon d'Or, Messi fans received bad news. Lionel Messi suddenly fell ill. He's suffering from inflammation of stomach and intestine. This is why he's uncertain in the next match of PSG. Today's match is crucial for Messi, who is thrilled to win Ballon d'Or. Because Messi has not been able to match himself in the PSG era yet after leaving Barcelona. In last May, Sante got himself back against Etienne. All three goals are in the assist. The idea is that if he doesn't play in the next match, he will come back to Paris and get back to his rhythm. In other words, this illness came to Messi at the wrong time. Before ending, we'll go to the Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Prime Minister instructed students to return to their educational institutions without taking the law into their hands. Students protested outside Dhaka demanding 11 points including half rent and road safety. Government is obstructing Khaltazia's treatment abroad, complained Mirza Fakhru, called for activism against one-party rule. We're up to date so far here on Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.sattv.tv. Stay with SATV.